Hi, I'm going to introduce the load transition. First step is we are going to tie a catastrophe knot. I like to use a figure 8 on a bite for this knot. And you want to pull out about 4 feet of rope from the brake strand. Then you can take a locking carabiner, pop it through that figure 8 on a bite, and put it onto a master point, making sure to clip it, flip it, and lock it up. Now I can go hands-free. Second step, I want to take some accessory cord and tie off a bite that's probably about a foot long. I'm going to use this, maybe. I'm going to use this to tie a prusik around the climbing end of the rope. Making sure that I'm passing this through 3 times to get a proper prusik. Go ahead and dress it just like that. Now what I can do, you can take another locking carabiner, put it on a master point, and I'm going to go ahead, clip the tail of that through, and tie a Munter. Lock my carabiner, and I can take the tail of this Munter, tie a slip knot, and close this system with an overhand knot. Making sure that when I'm tying the overhand, I'm pushing it into the Munter and the slippery. Now I can take my prusik, tension it as much as possible. At this point, I have prusik, I have my guide mode ATC, and I have a cat knot. So now I can take off the guide mode ATC and I can still be redundant. And you do that just by taking your locking carabiner and popping it away from your climber. I can go ahead and clean up the system, make my life a little easier. What I want to do is take a carabiner, put it on a master point again, and tie another Munter. This time, I'm going to tie that Munter with the rope and not accessory cord. Once I have that Munter tied, I can go ahead and take a sling or some accessory cord and clip it to my belay loop. What I want to do is take this and wrap it 3 times up the brake strand. There's 3. I can bring it back down, clip it to that locking carabiner, and lock it up. And that is my 3rd hand. I'm going to slide it up and tension it first, just to make sure that it's working. And before I go, I always want to make sure to check all my carabiners. Sweet. Now, I can untie this catastrophe knot. When you're untying this catastrophe knot, make sure to hold onto your brake strand, because now me plus the prusik is my 2 forms of redundancy. At this point, I can go ahead and untie this Munter slippery overhand, again, while holding the brake strand. And you just untie that in reverse by untying the overhand first, and then very slowly popping your slippery. When you pop the slippery, make sure to pull it towards your climber. That way, when your Munter is alone, it's loaded in the correct direction to be braking. Just like that. Now, you can go ahead and lower the Munter on the accessory cord until now it's completely weighting the rope. If you want, you can untie this prusik just to save it for later. If not, you can just tend it and keep it with you up here until you get your climber to the ground. Now we're ready to lower.